Hello students, today we will start lesson 9 and the name of lesson is Shravan Kumar. So today we will read all the lesson, okay? And tomorrow I will explain the lesson, okay? So let's read. Shravan Kumar is a story from the great epic the Ramayana. Shravan Kumar, a very devoted and obedient son, used to carry his old and blind parents for pilgrimage. Once, his parents asked him to bring water. Shravan went to a nearby river to fetch water. Meanwhile, Prince Dasrath, who was passing through the forest for hunting, in ignorance committed a blunder, shot Shravan Kumar. Here you see Shravan Kumar picture. Not Shravan Kumar, he is Dasrath, Prince Dasrath. Okay. Now, Dashrath, the son of Kaushal Naresh Aj and Queen Indumati, was very popular and dearly loved by the people of Ayodhya. Ayodhya, the capital of Kaushal state, was situated on the bank of the Saryu river. It was surrounded by a dense forest where Prince Dasrath used to go for hunting. He was an excellent archer. He could bring down the prey by shooting with his arrow following a sound. Here you see Shravan Kumar with his blind old parents. Okay. So, once Shravan Kumar, the obedient son of an old and blind couple, happened to pass through the forest around Ayodhya. Shravan parents asked him to bring water. See, Shravan Kumar, fill the water. Okay. So, Shravan at once put aside his cover wherein his parents were sitting and went away to bring water from the nearby river Saryu. At the same time, Dashrath reached there for hunting and heard a gurgling sound like that of an animal quenching its thirst. So, Dashrath said to himself, "It is a big animal," and quite swiftly he pulled out an arrow from his quiver, put it on the bowstring and aimed at the place where the sound came from. The arrow rushed toward the sound, and after a moment a painful cry was heard. He was stunned. It was not the cry of animal, but that of a dying human being. He rushed towards the spot from where the sound of groaning was coming. To his great sorrow, a young man was dying and crying due to injury. Dasrath saw that his arrow had pierced the boy's chest. The young man had a pot in his hand, but he was in a pool of blood. It was Dashrath's blunder that he had mistaken the sound of water filling the pot with that of an animal drinking water. Dashrath saw him and said, "Oh, I am sorry, young man." See, Dashrath said sorry. The boy saw Dashrath. "Oh, Prince, why did you hurt me? What wrong did I do?" Dashrath was repenting. He sighed, "Oh God, what have I done?" He was shocked. He went near Shravan and drew out the arrow and asked, "Who are you?" The boy replied, "I am Shravan. My old and blind parents are thirsty. Please go and give them water to quench their thirst. They are in a cover in the nearby forest. Nobody else is there to look after them." And he passed away. See, passed away means mar jana, hai na? The blind parents were waiting for their son. They heard the sound of footsteps. The father said anxiously, "Where were you, my son? What took you so long?" With grief and a heavy heart, almost sobbing, Dashrath tried to speak but could not. "Why don't you speak?" With great difficulty Dashrath could speak. I am Dashrath from Ayodhya. I have committed a terrible sin by mistake. I shot your son. I beg your pardon. It took their breath away and that they burst into tears. The old couple went on crying for long. They said to Dashrath, "Carry us to his body." Dashrath led them to the place where Shravan's body lay. The blind parents shied with grief and cursed the prince. "As we are separated from our dear son, you too will die in agony and grief longing for your dear son." Several years later, Dashrath became the king of Ayodhya. He had to send his eldest and dearest son Ram to exile for 14 years. He died broken-hearted, sighing for his son Ram. Here you see pilgrimage. Pilgrimage, glossary. Pilgrimage means होता है holy place to visit, means धार्मिक स्थान, है ना. Blunder means careless mistake. Archery, the art of shooting arrow with a bow. Favorite, liked more than others. Warrior, one who fights in a battle. Warrior किसको कहते हैं? जो युद्ध में लड़ाई करता है. Gurgling, the sound of water flowing quickly. जब पानी बहता है तो जिसकी आवाज छल छल सी आती है ना, उसको gurgling कहते हैं. Quench means slap. ठीक है. Groan, make a long deep sound in pain to feel sorry. ठीक है. Burst into tears means begin to cry. रोना स्टार्ट करना. And regret means to feel sorry. Okay. So I will explain this lesson tomorrow.